perfectly. Item B is roll call. I think you said pretty much everyone's going to be here, right? Rebecca is going to call in, and Ian is the guy. So everybody will be here today. Okay, item C, do we have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, the ayes have it. Approval of the minutes from the December 15th meeting. Motion to approve? Anyone?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any nays? All right, the ayes have that. Regular business, Mr. Jason. We have a certificate of appropriateness 22-01, consideration with possible action on a design review for replacement windows located at 310 Pine Street.
This is effectively a continuation of a COA from 2019. So there is a three-phase plan for replacement of windows in the architect's building. Phase 1 took place prior to the ordinance revision in Green Bay involving some replacement of windows. Phase 2 in 2019 involved the third-story window replacement. And now Phase 3 in 2022 is the second-story window replacement. I'm colorblind, but I believe there's a really faint red line around the second-story windows in this picture, maybe?
Mm-hmm. There is.
Okay. Sure
Yes.
there is,
Yeah.
if you say so. That's visual reference. The Pella Architect Series traditional window spec'd out below is that which we presented in 2019. Have no real comments here. In 2019, we recommended approval. In 2022, we recommend approval. And that's really the end of the story.
Is that that building it's right behind the YMCA and there's a wine bar in there and stuff like that?
There. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very close. Yep.
Yeah, that's really a cool building. I just
Yeah.
looking at that just the other day. It's really cool. Any questions, comments, anyone?
I feel pretty confident about this as well. You know, Ian's works in that building. He's an architect. You know, some of this project was done before the Landmarks Commission came on board, or at least the ordinance. But I feel that they're doing a fine job with this, and I concur with Jason.
Sure. I would add that if you look at page 18 of the notes, these are not cheap windows. It's pretty amazing what they're actually putting into this building. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mark, would you like to make a motion?
I would make a motion to approve.
And do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. Do we have to vote, or are we just going to vote by voice?
You can just do an aye vote. You know.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
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 It sounds like no nays, so the ayes have it. Motion carries. Okay. Let's see. Informational. Go ahead and take it away, Steph.
So we included a report from our revolving loan fund in your packet this month. I'm assuming that I'll be able to do that going forward annually in January, so that we just have an idea of where we're at with our funding. On there, it did show that we had one that was delinquent. They did pay up, so everything is in good form right now. We are hoping to get at least 2 more loans this year. We had originally planned to do 2 a year, and that would kind of be a self-sufficient revolving loan at that point. Last year, we didn't have any we had 1 application that fell through. So we have plenty of money to give away this year, so I'm hoping that we can do some more outreach to get people to apply for those funds.
That was going to be my comment, and I talked to Jason last night at City Council about the fact that we have this money in this fund, and there seem to be a number of folks that aren't aware of it or that it's out there. So I think it's a good thing. And Stephanie, do you think that there will come a time where we might ask for a little bit more money in that fund if it starts picking up, or I don't know what your feeling is on that?
Well, that was allocated from the excess stadium tax dollars, so it's not through our general fund.
Okay.
So
All right.
it would be a different funding pot. However, if people start picking this up and they're really excited about it, I will always ask for more money. I'm not shy about it. So I guess we'll see if we do get a lot of interest. We're going to start sending out annual COA letters, basically saying, hey, you own a historic property, COAs are required, here are the funding sources available, here's the staff contacts. So that way we have less of this, well, I didn't know. You know, we're trying to keep it more consistent with our messaging. We're just trying to figure out how much cost is going to be associated with that, because
Right.
mass mailings are not cheap. So we're working on that right now.
Right. Well, things will get a little better or bigger too, with this intensive survey, we'll probably have more historic properties and historic districts out there. So we got to keep an eye on that too, make sure that we're doing everything correct on all that. Thanks for all your work.
Yeah, excellent. Number 2 is review city raise, repair orders, and demolitions.
We didn't have any.
Okay. Number 3, staff update.
As part of the staff update, I'd like to let you know that last night at City Council, the denial of the COA at 137 North Oakland was upheld unanimously. So that's great to hear on our end that we were fully supported by the City Council in our decision-making. The applicant did not show up to the hearing, which I think played a part in why it was unanimous. So we'll be working with them going forward to remove the deck structure and to come up with a solution for what would be appropriate for the house there. So we will be following up with the COA application. I am working with our inspection department to make sure that we're giving them ample time to do those things. I'm trying to follow suit with what they normally do when they send out a citation and then how much time they use for follow-up. So I'm still getting some guidance on that from them.
I think, sitting through that hour and 15-minute long item, it was quite interesting, and we had a closed session, et cetera. But I think it was good. It was good for the city council to see our landmarks commission being there front and center. And I think moving forward, if we have more situations like this, the council will be a little more in tune with our commission and what our purview is. So I thought it was good that way, but boy, it was a long hour and 15, but that's just my own take.
Wow.
Mark, I just comment that it was a long hour for those of us that were locked out of the closed session.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, you can always play video games or something, but yeah, we were kind of imprisoned, and part of it too is that with the Zoom meeting, and also the mayor was in a different room, and we couldn't. It was difficult to really navigate through everything, but I thought we came up with the right solution. So
I just want to add a note of thanks to Stephanie and Jason for the effort you guys put in the proposal that went before the council last night. The information and statistics were very thorough, and quite honestly, I think that that's very helpful in for lack of a better term, educating or bringing up to speed the council with the events that took place before last night's appeal. So thank you for putting that all together. It was very professional.
yep,
Great, thank you.
yep, I agree, definitely.
Thank
Pam,
you.
for the record, Rebecca just entered. She's in chambers right now.
Oh, there we go.
And I'll also state that Ian texted me, he was having trouble logging in.
Well,
So he had technical difficulties. I just let him know that we rejected his COA.
great. That'll be at council for another 2-hour session.
Okay. I'd like to motion change number 4 and make this Stephanie updating us about the upcoming meeting on January 31st.
Oh, we
Yes.
have the date for that one. Okay.
Yes, I just sent out an email confirming that the date will be Monday, the 31st. It'll be at 5 o'clock instead of our normal 4:30. That's the highest chance for us to get a quorum. So far, we only have the one item that was requested for the special meeting, so it should be fairly short. However, if anything else comes in before that time frame, I'm going to add it on to that meeting in hopes of not having a meeting in February then.
Okay.
So, fingers crossed. Also, I think that Jason had a staff update for you.
Yep.
Yeah, if I could just interject, the current Phase 2, 3, 4 portion of the intensive level survey and report update, all of the survey work is done. We had a drive around with Dinah from SHPO, and it seems like we can anticipate quite a few of eligible properties being identified as part of this past year's work. For example, I'm jumping the gun, I can't give it all away yet, but all of the church campuses, if you will, where there's a church, a parsonage, a school, most of those are found to be eligible. That's maybe not terribly exciting, but what is a little more exciting is that there's 2 residential districts. We're working on defining the boundaries. One of them is in Astor Park, east of Webster, east of the hospital corridor. You may call it Little Astor, I guess, but it's the blocks that immediately surround the Astor Park Park. I don't know exactly what those boundaries will look like yet, but we think there's a district there. There was in 1988 when the first survey was done. We weren't sure if there still was. There is, it's smaller.
It is Astor East River.
Astor
Right there.
East River.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
the isn't that the neighborhood association?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe they're not in operation right now, but I don't think they have anybody running it right
Right.
now.
I don't know if that's the same thing, but, I know it's the Astor East River area, but I think Jason's saying that it might be a different name, correct, Jason?
And maybe Astor Park.
Well, we'll just wait. We'll wait to see how that goes, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever the district name should be, I guess, probably won't necessarily line up with the neighborhood name. Another district that I'm kind of excited about is a residential district of ranch houses, kind of along the 1300 block of Kellogg. So,
That's in my district. Yeah, very cool. Very cool stuff.
Yes.
so
Smile.
what we're seeing there is, somewhere between 20 and 40 houses being eligible. If we want to pursue district nominations,
Oh, you'll want to turn off your audio.
we'll have to have some meetings with the homeowners in these districts. Try to tell people what a wonderful thing this is.
Would we meet with them, or would that be with staff? How would that go?
I think we do it staff level
Okay.
outreach. And then SHPO was also quite excited about the Riverside Ballroom. They were unaware of its existence.
Really?
It's not even in the database. It's new to them.
Cool.
Eligible.
That hurts. That hurts.
Well, some of these things we knew about long ago, but now we're just getting to share it with everybody else.
Well, good.
Oh, all the fire stations are probably eligible. In particular, fire station number 2, that's a real gem.
Okay.
David agrees. David agrees.
I'm in that fire station right now.
And how is it?
I believe we're first into Jason's home, so we'll see what happens tonight.
Okay.
So funny thing about municipally owned buildings that are eligible, anybody can nominate them, and the city has no right to object to a nomination. So if, John Doe writes a nomination for fire station number 2, it will go through the SHPO process regardless of any city input on that sort of thing, so.
What's the process for that? If somebody wants to nominate, who do they go to?
So somebody has to take a lot of time and write a nomination package, and then that gets submitted to SHPO, and then the city would have an opportunity to comment because you're a CLG community, but the city's comment, you don't have really any right to object to listing because it's a municipally owned building, so. Anyway, fun stuff like that.
Yeah.
Probably no real benefit to having it listed from the municipality's perspective. It comes with some red tape. Like you can't tear it down, you can't sell it to somebody who's gonna tear it down, gotta take care of it. But the general benefit there of actually doing a nomination and a listing for a municipally owned building is to show that the municipality plays by the rules that they set for everybody else. And kind of use it as a teaching moment and a goodwill ambassador type thing. Say, look, we are serious about this. So, something to think about. I think similarly, Brown County Central Library is eligible, and I don't think they have any right to object to nomination should someone prepare that too.
Is that a recommendation?
No, it's,
Ryan, you're gonna get us in trouble.
it's, it's somewhere between a fact and a threat, I guess.
There you go. All
Oh,
right.
also something else that we've been talking about on sixth floor. The Arby's on Military and Mason is going to be relocating, but just across the street on Mason. The first thing that came to everyone's mind was what's going to happen to the sign, and then we got discussing other cool historic signs and if they're eligible, if they're designated already. So we were taking a look at some of the most prominent commercial signs in town, including the McDonald's sign that's also on Military and Shauna. Yes.
Shawno, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we're taking a look at to see if we want to do something with it. These signs are fairly unique. They're very cool for our area. So we're toying around with that. So I don't know if you guys have any input or if you think that that's something worthwhile for staff to be spending time on. I like the idea of it because I love those kind of old signs like that. They're like lit up and, I think that adds a lot of character, especially to that district. So.
I think so. Yeah, go ahead.
The Wally Spot sign, I know
Yeah.
somebody's. haven't
The
seen it.
museum,
Somebody's got that.
the museum got
Museum.
that.
Yeah, it's at the Brown County Naval Museum.
Yeah.
And then I think
I
somebody
knew
was.
somebody had it in safekeeping, I just couldn't recall who.
Yeah, Wally Spot and then the Packer City Motel. I think that's what it was called on Main
Yeah.
Street. I don't know where that sign ended up. Do you remember?
No.
It's still there, I think.
Oh, is it? I thought someone took it down already.
You know what? I think it might be. I drove past there a couple of days ago and I think that sign is still there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just saw it the other day. I drove by in that Packer City Motel. It's
Yeah.
still
What can we do there? We should do something.
Well, I think
don't
that's
know.
what we want to discuss because some signs are cool just because they're cool locally, but some signs are like nationally cool. Like the McDonald's sign is nationally cool.
Yeah,
So I
definitely.
think we want to discuss, is there some sort of program we want to do for these larger signs that, as businesses move or close, what's going to happen to them because they probably don't fit in with our sign code anymore. So they would be against our normal regulations, but we understand there's some historic value in them. So.
But just to interject too, as part of this intensive survey, we're coming up with a pretty big list of eligible properties. The Landmarks Commission does have the purview to initiate designation locally of these eligible properties. You may want to look into that. The McDonald's sign in particular, SHPO says, yes, that sign itself is eligible for the National Register.
Wow.
Okay.
Stephanie, do you know what the intentions are with the Arby's sign?
Not yet. They go to our plan commission on Monday, so I'm assuming that'll come up at that point.
Okay.
Okay, anything else on staff update or in this area?
I think that's it.
No?
I got knocked out.
David and Rebecca, I don't see Rebecca anymore.
She's still here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you both joined us. We're on item F4 now, which is the announcement of next month's meeting. So would either of you like to add anything to the meeting at the very end?
Did you guys discuss what transpired yesterday with the appeal at Common Council?
Yes.
We did.
Yeah.
It was upheld.
It was the
I already knew about it.
saga, if you will.
Celestine, actually.
It was,
I just-
we had we can't really, we had closed session too, so we can't really speak about some of the things that were spoken about in closed session, but in effect, Stephanie mentioned it and she can mention it again. They upheld our decision to deny.
Well, what I would like to share, and I want to commend Jason and particularly Stephanie for a phenomenal presentation that I think made it very easy for the Common Council to sustain our position. So the two of you, well done. Nice job.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Well, the date of our next meeting is Wednesday, February 16th. Oh, no, actually, we have that. Oh, we have to log in on
January
January 31st at 5 p.m. on the Zoom. And you're going to send us the link, right, Stephanie?
Yep, whenever it gets set up, I'm waiting
Yep,
for someone to do
gotcha.
that.
And I won't be.
Oh.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
I'll second that. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I,
Any nays? Okay, the ayes have it.
David, maybe. Bye-bye.